I'm doing some work on my main PC today, the Pentium 4 machine. Basically going to be taking a look at this ATI Radeon X300 SE card. I'm going to be swapping that out. It's been a faithful servant, but I've been having a few driver issues with it in Windows 7. And I'm going to be going for this NVidia Geforce 8400 GS as a replacement. Now, it's a card that ticks all the boxes for me, really, and let's just see if I can get it out of the bag, and I'll show you it, and I'll just talk you through why I've decided to go for this as a replacement for the card that I've got. This is a two-handed job. Okay, obviously the first consideration for me is that it's silent, so this is passively cooled with a very large heatsink on there. I also wanted to have HDMI out because I do use the computer for watching things like BBC iPlayer and movies and things like that. And also it needed to be compatible with my motherboard, which this is, and also within my price range as well. And this is certainly going to tick all the boxes, I feel. A card that does the job without spending too much money. And the main thing I've noticed is that it's quite a huge heatsink on there compared to the card that I've taken out. It's absolutely massive. You know, I also think it's quite high as well, so I've got a strong suspicion that compared to this, which where you see the heatsink doesn't come above the level of the back plate, this one actually does. There we go, you can see that there. And so I have a feeling this is going to obscure the next PCI slot in the case as well, which I don't think will be too much of a problem because I've got plenty of them. Just, I don't know if you can see that, it's an attempt to make a comparison, but not easy. But let's get it in the case. And here we are, it's in the case, and as you can see it does indeed obscure the PCI slot below it. Not too much of a problem, as I say, because I've got plenty of headroom. Well, the thing to do now is to get the covers on and get this thing fired up and see if it's actually made any improvement, which I'm sure it has. And we'll do that just by checking the Windows Performance Index. Rather crude measurement, I know, but that's what we'll use.
Okay, so we've got the new graphics card installed, and I thought it'd be good just to see if it's actually made any difference to the computer. As I've said, this was the weakest link in the PC, and as a result the Windows experience score was 2.2. Don't forget the maximum is 7.9, so that was pretty poor. And it was the graphics card that was the weakest link. Some of the other scores weren't too bad. Memory 4.6, disk transfer rate 5.3, processor 3.5, bearing in mind it's a Pentium 4, it's not one of the latest processors. Those scores were okay, but we were definitely suffering on the graphics card front. Well, my Windows experience score is now 3.2, and if we look at the two graphics scores that you get in the experience index, it's 3.2 is the desktop performance for Windows Aero, so that's gone up by 1.0. It was 2.2 before. And the best thing is the gaming graphics. That was 3.3 before, and you can just see that's now 5.2. So actually that's been pretty good already. I've had a quick flick through some of the games that I do occasionally play, and I have to say there's a noticeable difference on this graphics card. Games are much nippier, and the graphics are much richer, a lot more texture to them. So, you know, I know it's not a gaming card, but it'll be absolutely fantastic for my purposes, and for the games I do play it makes a difference. So a good result in the end. Not an expensive card, but I would say cracking value for money. So if you're looking for a silent card that isn't going to cost you a lot of money, not wanting to play the latest games at maximum resolution, then you could do a lot worse than get a Geforce 8400 GS. And I know I'm going to get a lot of gamers now saying it's a rubbish card. Well, horses for courses, and this horse is running on this course rather nicely. Thanks very much, chaps. Bye.